And we're back mere seconds after the last episode.
Mere seconds.
If you guys were wondering, yes, that thing does play a big part.
Yeah, he's like the whole...
Dang, dude, he got
Look
hurt.
at, he got rocked by his own fist. And now you're ganking him with his own spank.
Dang, dude. I don't even know what the hell this guy did, but you know what? I'm still gonna beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, he just seemed to be sleeping. I don't think he was doing too much. But Nintendo does love their head and disembodied hands. Like, as a boss, they fucking love it. Dude, you've taken direct damage. What is up with that?
There's nothing I can do to save this run through.
We'll pick up what we were talking about last time. Did you ever read any of the creepypastas, or were you ever into like scary story stuff?
I was into like... I was very into like... what were they called? Like, Goatmen?
Oh yeah, dude!
Goatmen and the Skinwalkers?
Yeah.
I was super into that.
What were the Skinwalkers? That sounds so familiar.
It's basically the same thing as the Goatmen, but like from a different area of the country.
Huh.
Yeah, it's literally the same exact thing, except Skinwalkers like take more like the form of them.
Yeah.
Of the person it's impersonating.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's so creepy. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember one creepypasta about a goat man. And like they were like trapped in this little like trailer for a night. Like they were down camping somewhere, and there was like 7 kids, and they kept hearing sounds and shit, and everything creeped them out, so they just got inside and stayed there. And there's 7 kids, and this guy's keeping watch. He's like the older brother, and he's like 16 or something.
Yeah.
And he like drifts to sleep for a second. There was 7 kids, and he opens up his eyes, and there's 8 kids.
Oh, fuck.
And he doesn't know like who the new kid is, and like he kept like drifting asleep, and he would wake up and just hear like weird ass breathing, and like the end of the story is they're all like the day clears up, and they're walking back home, and then like they get back home, and there's only 7 kids again, and it's like it's a really creepy story. Like obviously I don't remember enough about it to give it the.
One of the ones I remember was... I'm sorry. I was picking the thing. But one of the ones I remember was there was this group of people that were out camping, and then like this one dude just wanders up out of nowhere, and he was just acting... I think if I remember it correctly, this group of friends was out camping. One of the friends goes out to the restroom. He comes back, but he's just really strange and really different. He just like isn't like acting his usual self, and then like they go back and they take him back, but like the guy's just like really weird, and they just stop talking to him.
Really?
Yeah. He just doesn't act like himself after that camping trip, and everyone's like tripping out about like what happened to him and whatnot, you know?
Yeah. Huh. That's creepy.
Yeah, it's weird.
I love fucking scary stories like that. Like anything to make you think. Like I know there's a time, there's a couple of years where like when the internet was first shown to me, the first thing they showed me was there's like, I'm sure by now it's like super famous, but there's like this YouTube video of, they call it The Fallen Angel. And it's like these like Mexican police officers. They're going through this this like densely bushed area, and they've got the flashlight out, and they're walking around, and like they're speaking in. I don't speak well enough Spanish to know what they were saying, but they were just like looking around, and then like they shine the light on this thing, and it's like humanoid-ish.
Yeah.
But like it's not human. And it creeped the shit out of me, dude.
What the?
And like I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Was it like a chupacabra thing or something?
No, it was the video is called like Fallen Angel, and like if you look at it and like you pause the video at the spot, you can see where like its wings were like ripped off, and like it's fucking creepy. It's so creepy. Like I can picture it right now in my head, like it's playing.
Jesus Christ.
But like I used to love just looking at that stuff, just because like it's interesting to me, like that maybe something neat, something that's not just boring is out there. I was really well. I guess part of it was like growing up. My favorite thing was Godzilla. And
Yeah.
Godzilla's not real, and I think
No.
yeah. No, sorry to break it to you, but like at some level, I wanted him to be real, because like growing up we moved around a lot. Like my parents were just
Military.
starting. No, they weren't military.
They were military?
They're both teachers.
Oh.
Yeah. So like they were going to college when I was really small, and I had those videos and I would watch them, and then we would move around. Like they'd get a job somewhere and we'd go there. We moved from Las Cruces, New Mexico, down to here, and then we moved from one area down in Nogales up to Rio Rico, and I changed school districts. So I changed schools regularly enough to where like I didn't have a lot of friends till maybe like middle school.
Yeah.
And so like all that time, it was just like me and Godzilla, and so like I wanted him to be real. So I would look for other things like that seemed to be like him,
Yeah.
and like that kind of, whoa, where are you? That kind of brought me into those searches. Where it was like creepy stuff. I just dig it. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I was never really into like I knew of Godzilla, but I was never really like into like the whole lore and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I would play the games.
There's
and, like,
not much lore.
I mean I would play the games and I would be like, oh yeah, dude, I fucking love this monster. He's so fucking cool. But
Yeah, no, that's 100% of what you should take away from Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's basically Godzilla's big. Depending on what era Godzilla you're looking at, he's either evil, good, or you know,
A
there's a
childhood
Godzilla across the spectrum of good and evil. Like there's one Godzilla that's meant to just be like, he's like the unfortunate hero, where it's like he just wants to do good, but are you supposed to be a fish in this area? You're like kicking its ass, but I'm really panicking that you're gonna suffocate.
No, dude, I got this.
Fish, be a fish.
Just for you.
Thank you. Now I can actually focus. I've been like so stressed out that you weren't gonna make it. Yeah, that's pretty much all Godzilla lore is just like, this dude looks really cool. Like I always liked Gigan.
Oh yeah,
He had
dude.
like the big hook claws.
Yeah.
We're
And
gonna
like
have-
the razorback.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
got
he was so fucking-
he's got a buzzsaw on his belly. Like, we're gonna have to play Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, cause like that game's so much fun, and you just get to be all the mansters.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
Everything's breakable. The one that came out for the Xbox was even better, in some respects. There was some things that they kind of messed up, like when you fire whatever power attack you have.
Yeah.
In Destroy All Monsters, you can either like lock onto the dude, or you can like kind of aim it with the C stick,
Yeah.
and then like pretty easy, like pretty intuitive. But what they did with the other one was, when you were firing the thing, you're in complete control of their fucking like head or whatever, and so you rarely make contact with anything, and so it's more like the show than anything. Cause like it's a little funny. Some of their mini games that they have in between levels are just fucking possible. Some of them are not. Some of them are very easy.
What would they make you do?
Like, you would fight 3 monsters, and you would protect one zone, and like their difficulty, once they start getting actually hard, like if you're not playing on easy, they just wreck shop on you. Hey, we're in the water level.
Yeah, we've been here. I told you.
I was not paying attention. You're not gonna make that. You're gonna drown. I'm pretty sure you have to be a fish for that.
It's like, you know what? Maybe you're right.
You know, sometimes I don't think it'd be like it do, but it is.
And you think it'd be like it do, but it is.
Greater words have never been said.
I love it when I have the opportunity to tell people. Sometimes it be like that.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Oh no way, I was supposed to go down.
Dive, 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 dive. I feel like I'm circling back, but I love talking about creepypastas, dude. Like, there were so many good ones when that site first opened up. I never read any Slender Man stuff.
No, dude, I was into Slender Man back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like, that's like when I was like, damn, dude. That's like when I knew it was like scary. And
Yeah.
then like I remember like the really like bad game came out where you're supposed to look for 6 notes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, I would read up on what he was and what he could do. Because, like, with most things, I'm obsessed with their stats.
Yeah.
And it's like, what can he do? What are his abilities? And, like, how does he normally act?
Yeah.
Like,
I was never like scared of Slender Man. I was more like
I was. Because in my head, he was better than any story I could have read.
like I just thought he was really cool.
Yeah.
Just because he looked like a normal dude until you got up close to him and you saw he had no face and you were like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, I'm
jeez.
fucked.
And then for some odd reason your camera goes a little staticky, which I still don't understand why.
Which they didn't do in the movie. I saw the movie, by the way. That movie's fucking horrible. I was so mad. Such an awesome, like... Basically, he's like a 4th dimensional being or some shit. And, like, they did nothing.
Like so bad it's good?
No, it's not even so bad it's good. It's so bad it's bad. Like, I was very unhappy with that whole thing. It's like... You know, you look at the source material and you got this creature that can kind of transcend anything. He can go anywhere. He can make his body stretch and grow and be all creepy and shit. Like, there's lots you can do with him.
Yeah.
And they decided to not do anything. And they used the worst effects, dude. They used the absolute worst effects.
Like some Windows Movie Maker ass stuff, or?
I wish they used Windows Movie Maker on this thing, man. Like, I couldn't tell you what they decided. We're going to have to take a little break so that you can see what I'm talking about. Because, like, for some reason, like, Hereditary and Slenderman are both getting praises that they don't deserve. Don't go watch them. They're horrible movies. I'm very mad. Because those movies have gotten a lot of praise and I hate them. Oh, damn, look at that. You stole all the love out of that room that would have been a bridesmaid's dress.
Well, wasted potential. Well, anyways,
Yeah.
with that being said, we'll see you next time.
Later.